are in Jane's kitchen with a new recipe.
And this is part of an ongoing fall series, fall for us here in Texas, USA, exploring all the varieties of ways that creativity can be part of our everyday lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of what we really believe. And today I have something really great to share with you. And I gotta say, this all came about because I teach an online class in botanical printing, and that's using leaves and flowers and that sort of thing. And one thing we do in that class is we use hibiscus flower to color a thickened paste that we print with the botanicals.
Right.
So I had some of this. This is from our grocery store because we do live in Texas and we've got access to all kinds of fabulous stuff. So this is hibiscus flower. You can find it online too, but it makes this fabulous paste that I can print, and on my botanical prints it's red. And you can also make a lovely tea, which is actually what it's meant for. There's a tea recipe on the back of this package. And you usually boil it you boil water and you pour it over the hibiscus flowers just like you're brewing regular tea. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I started thinking, I wonder if you could make a hibiscus vinegar that you could use in salad dressings. So I thought, in the spirit of curiosity, let's try it and see if it'll work.
Yeah, great.
So that's what we're doing. So here's what I'm using. I'm using white balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
A lot of people aren't even aware that there is a white balsamic vinegar because most of the time when we talk about balsamic vinegar, we're talking about red balsamic vinegar.
Yeah. I've always said balsamic.
Oh, balsamic. Okay. You say tomato, I say tomato. You're probably right. I've been known to butcher more than one word in my lifetime.
I'm not saying I'm right.
It will be balsamic from now on. Good, I love that. See, it's great working in a community with somebody else. You find out all kinds of things. Yeah. I also, as a kid, pronounced hors d'oeuvres as hors d'oeuvres until somebody straightened me out. So, which I think was my mother, the queen of pronunciation.
She is.
That skipped my genes.
Yeah.
You got it.
We'll see.
Okay. Anyhow, Colavita is the brand I got at our grocery store.
Okay.
White balsamic vinegar. So I poured that whole bottle in that container and I heated it 3 minutes in the microwave. It does need to come to a full boil, but it needs to be pretty hot. Now, it's your job to open that package and put that whole package. Well, let's try half first. And these are the flowers. So what you're looking for is the hibiscus flower. And then tamp it down and stir it up.
Vinegar is potent.
It's very
good. A big whiff of it.
Right. I think, well, the more you use, the stronger it'll be, but I don't think you need the whole bag. This is only the third time I've made it. And before I was making it I didn't have a whole bag of this, so I made smaller amounts.
Right, okay.
But then you let that steep like for several hours.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. And then once it steeps, you just get a sieve and pour it into another container with the sieve over the container so that we can't show that because it hasn't steeped long enough. Right. But I think everybody understands what we're talking about, like this kind of thing, except obviously a big one.
Right.
But, it needs to be a colander probably like this so that the leaves won't go through the little ones. But you want to strain all of that out of there.
Okay.
So once you have poured it through the strainer for the sieve, then you can pour it back in the bottle. That's what I'm going to do because I used the whole bottle. I can pour it back in the bottle. And I suppose you could refrigerate it, but most of the time with vinegars, I don't keep them in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Okay. Now, here's how we can use it. Here I have my new favorite summer salad, end of the summer salad. This is watermelon with a little feta cheese and chopped red onion. I like to put jicama in it too when I'm just playing around creatively with the recipe. And then I'm going to put mint in there. So I have this mint that I picked outside this morning. You could also use basil.
Oh, that
It smells really nice, doesn't it? I'm so glad I finally have a little garden with herbs. About the only thing you can keep going in the heat. Okay, so sprinkle that nice fresh mint on there. So I have a little dish of the hibiscus balsamic vinaigrette. I'm just going to pour a little bit on it. Doesn't take much. And then I had this for dinner last night, and now you're going to get to try it.
Vinaigrette, does that mean you mixed it with oil?
No.
Okay, it's just
so
vinegar.
It is, right now you're right, it's just vinegar. But you could mix it with a little olive oil if you wanted to make it a little bit more of a, if you wanted the oil. I mean, it would depend. Like the oil usually serves the purpose, in the way I understand it, of helping a dressing stick to the leaves in a salad. And since we don't really have leaves it needs to stick to, although you could put arugula.
Oh,
yeah, that would be really good.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I'm dying for you to try it.
Okay.
It makes a nice pink color.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little cheese too. Isn't that refreshing?
Mm.
Can you taste the hibiscus?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Somewhere we need to be sure to share the recipe. I guess we could put it at the bottom.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description under the video.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that fabulous? But here's the other thing. This is what I love. So we could take this, or like the bottle like this size, and we can make a reduction by cooking it down even more in a pan on the stove so it gets a little bit thicker.
Can you put a little sugar in it?
You can, but you don't have to.
You don't
have to. But you could reduce it just by reducing it down like that. It thickens it up.
Yeah.
And then you could use it as a marinade, like for meat. Just brush it on, like I'm thinking pork.
Oh my God.
Brush it on the pork.
We need a restaurant. What are we doing?
Well, that's why we call it Jane's Cafe.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyhow, I just want to remind everyone how many opportunities there are to do things that are rewarding, that bring you joy, because that's the whole point. We all have this innate ability to be creative, and maybe you're thinking, well, I could never come up with something like that, but you have to practice. You just have to practice.
Yeah.
It's like when you do something on the wall, or you do a drawing, or you use a new Inktense. Let's use Inktense blocks for example. And you draw with them the first time you ever get a box, and you see what it does, and then maybe you watch a YouTube video and somebody else suggests, well, get a paintbrush and put water on there and see what happens. And then you think, well, if a brush will work, what about a brayer? So that's what brainstorming is, and it's just like this.
Right.
It's like I didn't even think about the marinade until just this minute.
Yeah.
And now I want to turn off the camera. Let's get cooking.
I know.
So anyway,
it makes me want to just start cooking more in general, because right now I really don't. But it's also it feels like you have to learn the rules to break them kind of situation where you just have to do something, even though, because I want to jump in and just be creative from the get-go. And I think you can do that, but you just have to start and maybe follow a recipe or a tutorial first. You know?
And then think, what else might taste good with this? But I'm old. So I have had plenty of experience. I mean, I'm the one who cooked my first turkey and put it and didn't take out the bag of stuff inside. And last week, cooked meat, and it said use meat thermometer. Use meat thermometer to check, make sure it doesn't get above 140 so it'll stay medium rare. Well, I cooked it in the oven with the meat thermometer, and the meat thermometer melted.
Yeah.
So we got to share this stuff.
We're all learning.
We're all learning
all the time.
And we're in the same community of bozos on this bus.
Yeah.
To quote, I think, Rachel Lerner. I think that's a phrase from a book she wrote. We're all bozos on this bus.
I like that.
I got that from my friend Leslie Jennison.
That's great.
Anyhow, we are, and let's not be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
Because the goof ups make the good stories anyhow. Yeah. Nobody will remember how much you love this, but they'll probably remember that I put the meat thermometer in there.
Yeah.
So, anyhow, have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And share whatever's happening with you, because we love being in on it.
Yeah, connect with us on Facebook or through the website and the newsletter, or subscribe on YouTube, because we're always making videos. We're going to put something new out every week.
We're always trashing new equipment and coming up with new recipes.
Yeah.
So I hope you'll be there.